Hey, everyone can see us and hear us now. Well, hopefully they can. Let me get that audio going. Everyone say
Hello.
hi. Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
It was all right.
You guys.
Give it a 6 out of 10. Give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd have to go with like a 5 or 6.
Warmed up yet, sorry.
Exactly. It is morning for you. Hey, chat, let us know if anybody's muted, anybody's frozen. Don't freak out that Rockette is not here, or over here, I guess I should point. Hades is currently in therapy, so she couldn't make stream. Rockette, the player, is out of town taking care of some business. But in game, Hades is in therapy for this session. You might notice it's a different overlay. It's our 24-hour cafe where we kind of do our wrap session, a little recap of what happened, but we do it in full role play. We just let the players kind of go with it. But we also have a believability check to take care of that'll kind of wrap up the previous campaign, or this campaign, we should say. Yeah, and that'll kind of determine whether there are rewards or repercussions. We'll see how that ends up. But before we get there, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone introduce yourself. Tell people where they can find you online, and then introduce your character as well. I'm glad that, we're only missing Rockette, and also Brandon's not here. I should mention that because he's taking care of family business, but he will be here, I believe, next session, if I'm not mistaken, or the one after that. I'll have to double check on that. But luckily Ellen is here, because we know how it turns out. If she does not start this off, we just fall apart. So thank the dice you're here, Ellen. Take it away.
I can't wait to leave you guys high and dry and then just tune in and see how you start intros. Yes, I am the aforementioned Ellen, or if you follow me on Twitter, @EllenKGraham1, where I do all sorts of hot nerd stuff. That's cosplay, that's my inane thoughts about certain media. You know it. That's where I share as well who I'm collaborating with. Got some really awesome streams. This one, the June monthly stream at Cybernation Uncensored, and potentially some other ones coming up. Who knows? I don't know. Watch this space. And I'm also a performer and creator for the TTRPG variety podcast Roll to Cast. That's ROLE to Cast, which was nominated for Best Fiction in the Australian Podcast Awards. Just saying, each season is a different game system, so there's something for everyone. Our latest season, Avatar Legends, which is hot off the presses, just from the Kickstarter, the full game, the full rules of the game book. And if you love Avatar, it's a family-friendly season as well. If you want to listen to it with your kiddos, that would be absolutely appropriate. So make sure that you subscribe to that. And I have also made a video essay for Roll to Cast, which is on our YouTube channel, Roll to Cast on YouTube, and it is about the history of dice and what they mean to humans in society. So check that out, give that a like or a downvote, whatever. I don't mind. At least you're still watching. That's what I say. As long as you watch it, I don't care. And I am playing today the rocker of your dreams, Alley Katz. I mixed it up a little bit.
You did, but it still works.
Around.
I feel like things didn't fall apart though. Everything else was there. It was good. It worked. Great job.
It's jazz, baby. It's jazz.
Yeah,
you just rewrite it a little bit.
So let's split up the cast members here. Usually I drop Rockette in there to split up Phil and Ellen, but hey, ELH, take it away. Our special guest.
Yeah. Separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm ELH, ELH MK1 and all the socials, Twitter, YouTube, etc., etc. I am a game master that's actually kind of ramping things back up. Come July, there's going to be 2 Star Trek Adventure streams going. One might be starring a certain Rockette, which I'm really excited to explore that with her. And then if you're into the whole Pokemon thing, we did just have a stream last night. Highly recommend. Got a little bit into the funny juice, as it were, where we just completely had an adventure and then we just went off rails, as tends to happen. I am playing Drake tonight, the media/lawman who used to be Internal Affairs, and is really hoping that her story's going to be believable, because if it's not, well, that's just not going to be fun.
We'll see what happens. Hey, Phil.
Hello, I am Phil. Yes, Roll to Cast now makes up half of the Cyberpunk Redcast.
Oh, they're
We're
taking over.
Yes, the percentage is increasing.
All of a sudden, in that black space where Hades usually is, you see Sean rise up. He's like, "Oh no!"
I wouldn't put it past him.
As Alan said, we are a TTRPG variety podcast. We release weekly. We've released weekly for 3 years now, so there's a lot of content for you to go back and check out. If you haven't taken that plunge yet, please do. We also have a really great community on Patreon, which you can join the public side of, or you can become... we have a really... It's too early. We have a Discord. If you're a patron, we have a great little back end for there, and a great public side as well. So come join our community, come hang out with us. It's really cool. But speaking of patron rewards, we are doing a awesome live stream this weekend. So it's Sunday our time, Saturday night for Americans. We are going back to 2020. We're revisiting our very popular media character, Bob, the unhinged morning radio show host. And if you are a patron, you can join the stage and you can get on the radio, talkback radio with Bob, ask him questions about Night City in 2020. We've got 3 hours of music and fun, including music from the wonderful Rob Mulligan as well.
Hey.
Wherever he is, he's actually down below me today.
I know, I'm over. We're at the cafe. We're at the cafe today.
Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be tons and tons of fun. So please tune in. That's on our YouTube channel, Rollscast, ROLE2cast. Can't emphasize how awesome that's gonna be. And the end of every month, we do a live stream as well, where we play different games chosen by our patrons. But tonight, this morning for me, I'm playing Bud, the solo whose thoughts have turned to his junker that he paid a bunch of money for that's stuck in the dunes.
That's true.
Outside Night City.
Phil will not rest until that is resolved.
Yeah, we have
I want that car.
Yeah,
I want my car. I've got drive skill.
Yeah, we need to see what's up with that.
Yeah.
Well put. And hey, I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the game master here, but I'm also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. Check out Cybernation Uncensored on Twitch, on YouTube, everywhere there's social media. We have a really active Discord, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. But the most important is our Twitch channel and our YouTube. We stream live on Twitch, bunch of gameplay series, just all kinds of good stuff. Not just me, but also other GMs as well. And then on YouTube, we put all our VODs, so check that out. I would really appreciate a subscribe and a follow. But before you show any of us love, make sure you show Syrinscape love. It's the reason we're here every week. Syrinscape is an awesome tool for gameplay, adding sounds and effects and stuff. It's amazing. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's free to join and give it a trial. And I guarantee you're going to love it. If you're a game master or a player, check it out. Bring it to your table. You can do it in person, or you can do it across the internet like we do every week right here. That being said, let me dive into Game Master mode, and let's do a little bit of a recap, because we are at the end of our, Season 7, Tic MaxTac. And this campaign has been kind of crazy. We had a guest appearance because our player Brandon had to take care of some family business. But it kind of worked out with Rush, the fixer of the team, because at the time of ending that prior campaign, he kind of made a new friend in Arasaka through Hades' AI, sending them on that crazy mission. And they took him to Japan, where the team got a call last session. It seems like they're kind of vetting him out, maybe even vetting the team out as well. Who knows what's to come of that. But yeah, ELH stepped in with his character Drake, who's a lawman media, working for what was working for MaxTac as internal affairs, until some things started happening. But before they could get into that case, Drake helped Hades with the end of her previous campaign and mission, and through the direction of the AI. Drake is also in contact with the same AI, I should add. And after Drake helped out their previous campaign, the AI said, well, now the team can help you with this situation, which is the MaxTac situation, the Tic MaxTac toe. Basically, Drake found that the last few calls for cyber psychos didn't seem like they really added up to being cyber psychos. It didn't seem like they had a lot of cyberware. It didn't seem like they had a long history or a buildup of showing this issue kind of happening. And when she kind of dug around, the Commander Barrett and her superiors just said, stay out of it, stop asking questions. And then eventually she was fired. And then over the course of time, some attempts on her life. So it definitely seemed fishy. She got with the team. The team kind of picked up some clues here and there. I'm not going to get into every little detail because we might go over some of that in the believability check, because a lot of that is evidence. And I also recommend everybody watching. Check out the previous sessions on the Syrinscape YouTube channel. All the VODs are there. So make sure you subscribe and follow over there as well as here on Twitch. But yeah, Drake looked into it, hit up the medical examiner, her friend there, and he was also fired because he saw the same thing and was let go when he started asking questions and said, why doesn't somebody look into the assistants or the family or look into this? It doesn't add up. Same thing happened to him. But they were able to get the full medical reports without the redacted sort of information and kind of connect some dots. They were able to follow some leads and things. Like I said, we'll probably go over that in the believability check and as the team kind of role plays out this session. But yeah, it led them to getting to the point where they figured out it was some weird liquid metal substance that a fixer was doing through the commander and dealing out through this restaurant, getting it to these execs, making them look like cyber psychos within 24 hours, and then tactfully taken out by MaxTac. Seems like Commander Barrett was benefiting from this, possibly from these corporations and getting taken out. But let's get into it. Did I miss any key points there that I should bring up that we might not cover in the session?
I think you got it.
I think it's pretty good.
Pretty thorough.
Yeah, so let's
several times with either sniper rifles from helicopters or sending large psychos after us, but that was nothing really.
Yeah, don't be a baby about it.
Exactly. But yeah, let's get into it. The team is meeting up at the 24-hour cafe to kind of go over everything that they were doing. They're just going to role play this out. If you haven't tuned into one of the 24-hour cafes, it's pretty role play heavy. Sometimes some things happen that require some roles, but usually it's just on the players. So we're going to get into it. I might interject some things, some information, little tidbits that might help along the way, and maybe to cushion some things and pad some information and keep the ball rolling forward. But other than that, it's on the players. So let me bring up some Syrinscape as you enter the diner. It's busy as hell, as always. You enter in, everyone's kind of eating, drinking, doing their thing, but your booth is open. Donna knew you were coming. And she's kind of...
I feel like Donna has like retractable, like the retractable spikes to like pop tires on the road. I feel like it's that, but with our booth.
Right.
I believe it.
Yeah, she has a keen sense for it too when you're coming. But she's busy at another table. She just kind of waves and, gestures for you to have a seat.
Oh, good old Donna.
God.
Glad I don't ever have to wait. What's that?
It's been a hot minute since we been in the old diner.
Last time we were here, we didn't have time to really do much of anything, did we?
Yeah, now it's time for French toast and pancakes.
And pancakes.
Oh yeah,
somebody's splurging.
Actually, speaking of which, yeah, we didn't get paid for this gig. We're the last one.
Well, and
doing personal favors.
And to interject, just with that, Drake, you know that if the believability check comes out proper, there's possible advertisers that would want to get attached to that sort of story, being a media. So as long as the believability check goes well, you should at least pull in like maybe 5,000-6,000 eddies.
Yeah. So I mentioned that, and I go on to say, really, it just comes down to what people believe. I mean, what's the expression? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a drink. So it's all about framing everything that's happened over the past week or so in a coherent format, which is more difficult than you'd think.
Yeah, I haven't seen a horse outside of elf lines, and they don't need to drink, so.
Well, actually, there's this little Easter egg that if you do lead them to that lake in the northeastern part of the map and you get it to drink, it actually increases the speed by about 15% for a 24-hour buff. So have that one for free.
I just downloaded the mod that
make
made you. I just downloaded the mod so you could change like the color of the horses. That's why I got that pink one.
You can get banned for that. They're selling colors now.
I don't care.
Yeah, but they're not really selling them.
What are
they're
they going
like
to do? I have
boxes.
a subscription. I'll just buy another It's fine. I don't care.
At that point, the menu sort of drops down in this hologram above you spinning, and then the AI drops down. Hello, please check out the new menu. I'm your new waiter. Just pull whatever items you want, and I'll have them prepared right away. And then Donna,
that's disturbing.
Donna runs over and just turns it off. And hey everyone, it's me, Donna.
It's you, Donna.
It's me, Donna. We got the AI fixed, but everything's on me with you guys, so I'm here. Just let me know what you want.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Bud, you wanted?
I'll start with French toast, black coffee.
I'll just
get synth berries. Just chuck them on top.
Yeah, I'll just get like a green tea and maybe like a soy parfait.
You got it.
Let's see, for me, if you've got any of the cow juice or milk, whatever you call it around here, and then toss in a little bit of a chocolate waffle if you can do it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Hey, and you're still here. You're still with the team. I see they didn't get you killed. I tease.
They certainly tried, though maybe I should phrase it, I certainly tried. You know what? Yeah, I will take the compliment, yes.
All right, food will be right up. She walks away.
Thanks, Donna.
Thanks, Donna.
Thanks, Donna.
So you need
that body of yours that take more or less fuel than a regular body?
I would say it's about 45% as efficient as a human body, so I do need to eat a lot more, or at least things with higher calories anyway.
That seems
that's
less
an
efficient.
excuse.
You know what I mean? Because then you have to fuel up more. I guess that's
did you
just
see
another way.
Did you see the way I choked out Techno Destructo? I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I just mean
wake
like
up with a loaf of bread and then strangle cyber psychos.
Loaf of bread. What are you, corpo? How much money are you sitting on that you can get a whole loaf?
Yeah, fair.
I just mean like it's probably a way of keeping Borgs in line, right? Of like you need more fuel to fuel the engine. It's not cheap.
Well,
How's Ritten going?
I'd say.
I was just going to say real quick, shout out to Lobster Falcon, who's in the chat, who joined us from Night City Stories before. A buddy of mine, they do a West March, and he came in and played Donna for a session for fun. So that's pretty cool. Joining us.
Very nice.
Perfect timing for a cafe session.
Oh, yeah.
What was Drake saying?
Since we have a holographic display in front of us, I'll co-opt it for a moment and I'll sort of pass from the internal agent up onto the holograph. And you see that much like a corkboard with a bunch of like tacks and lines stuck in it, there's just story elements going every which way. And I just say, really, I just gotta buckle down and make this coherent. Maybe it would take me about 30 minutes if I wasn't eating, but maybe I can work and eat at the same time. It just won't be as amazing as it's supposed to be.
I don't mean to tell you your business, but you should really start with one of the exciting bits.
So you think I lead with Techno Destructo?
Yep, maybe. You
gotta
hook them in, right?
Early. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those things where Techno Destructo kind of was the dog on a chain for the Force. So yeah, you know what? That's good thought.
And
That's
he's been
exactly what
And
I'll
look,
lead
you,
and
look,
he's
you
been
got
a
slow
myth.
motion footage of me shooting him.
Yeah. Oh, I got that in
Of course
high
you should lead
definition.
with
I was
that.
right there.
Yeah.
I mean, as well, it'll help out your public image, bud. Maybe raise some of your solo rates.
Yeah, could do. No putting me down. Send what you can after me.
I mean, you might be a bit
Wow.
harder to blend in afterwards.
Yeah,
That's
kind of the
the
downside.
bud who took down Techno Destructo.
Yeah, well, it's also the bud who sank the Citadel, so reputation's kind of getting away from me anyway.
Yeah. Looks like we're getting very infamous, gang.
Yeah,
Works for me.
like I said, I wish it translated to more paychecks. I gotta
Yeah.
not only have I paid for this goddamn car, I've got to get it towed out of the desert and fixed up.
This car again.
Well, look, if I can have the nomads fix it up, it's gonna be amazing. Can you imagine rocking up to a job in, a tricked out pre-war set of wheels, tuned by the nomads? Oh, it's gonna be the best. No more combat cabs.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't enjoy forking out for a combat cab every time we gotta hitch a ride. That's a pain in the ass.
I'm curious if
I can say ass, right?
I'm curious
I
if
forgot what's PG.
I'm curious if anybody in chat or players have enough points to redeem maybe a phone call. I think there's a point system there for a phone call or holotape, or enter an NPC. Either the phone call or one of those might be kind of fun if somebody has enough points. But just keep that in mind throughout the session as the team can go on.
I wonder what it could mean. What could Rob possibly mean there?
Well, otherwise I was prepared to do some roles, streetwise or reputation or whatever, see if I remembered any NPCs from the nomad camps we've gone through.
Oh, I was also going to offer something via Drake. So as you say all that, I was going to say, well, I mean, what needs done on it? Does it need transmission? Does it need coolant? Does it need headlight fluid? I mean, what does it need at this point?
Look, right now, blinker fluid, yeah.
I love that.
Do you need left-hand blinker fluid or right-hand blinker fluid? Right now, it needs to be towed out of the dunes. That is the number one thing needs done on it. I can figure out the rest later. But yeah, we abandoned it halfway into the Badlands. We sent a friend of ours to go get it, and it's bogged, which is a bit of a waste of a day for him. Has he sent us any messages recently? Is he on his socials?
No,
Oh God.
no, not yet.
God.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Do we send him off to die?
Who knows?
He's just stranded in the Badlands, like.
Pox, right?
Pox, yeah. I was trying to remember his name. I'm like, it was either something to do with mold or disease. And I weren't wrong.
Will you tell me you know some nomads out in the Badlands?
I mean, I know a few people with some heavy-duty pickup trucks and towing winches, if that'll help.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
Rufio just reminds us that Drake is full Borg. They could probably just drag the car back.
I mean,
to
this is
Night
true.
City.
I mean, this is probably true.
Like a full day, though. Probably.
Dragging it to the nearest nomad camp while we sit on top.
I mean, I'd offer to push, but honestly, it's not going to do much, is it?
No.
Someone will have to steer. That's important.
It is.
Someone has to steer. And someone would have to navigate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a 3-person job right there. I might actually, on my agent, I might just flick Pox a message, be like, "You alive?" Question mark. Just realize that we haven't heard in from him for a while. And the last time that we didn't hear back from Pox, guess who got kidnapped and turned into some sort of dream lotus eating machine fantasy thing.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, give me a 1d10. Let me know if it's under your luck stat.
Far out. Why do I ask
This is
these
relying on
things
your
when I
luck.
have a luck of 2?
Gotta roll something.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
No. Yeah, you send.
That's,
Yeah, nothing back.
Not again.
Nothing back.
Uh-oh. Anyway.
Anyway, about that believability. What's
So what's the angle here, Draco? You're focusing on taking down Barrett and you know the pay to play, or are you trying to paint the whole department as corrupt?
That's something I haven't quite decided on, because there is enough evidence here to implicate Commander Barrett. And while, he's still going to fight it and claim that it's just a bunch of hooey, I am concerned that it might go higher than Barrett, but I don't have the evidence to implicate the entire department. So I think for the moment I'm leaning towards just, kind of angling at Barrett, but could I go for the department? Yes. Would it be more believable? Not so much. There's sort of a trade-off there.
I feel like people care about a scapegoat. I mean, depending on what you want to happen, I don't think we can take down MaxTac in one fell swoop. People love to blame one person. If you can focus on Barrett, I think that's probably going to be best. And,
I mean,
maybe MaxTac will slip up in putting all the blame on him. Maybe there'll be some sort of, error that you can just hold on to and hold them to.
I mean, that's always a possibility. Yeah. Now the real question, though, is writing this going to get me back my job? Probably not. But
hell no.
It'll at least get things like Techno-Destructo stop showing up at my sea container, because the last time that happened, well, I had to pay for 7 damaged sea containers, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, there's plenty of... You got a talent for putting this stuff together. I mean, you could go freelance.
True.
Putting this story, put a huge target on your back. You might as well use it, right? You're the media out here who's taking on the big guys, and who better than a borged up media to be able to take anyone that the corpse can throw at them. I feel like that's the smartest path I would kind of point you towards.
What's the stereotype? What do you think of when you think of an independent media in this city, right? Some weedy guy running around with a notepad and a hovering camera.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we'll just intimidate that kid. He won't release a story. Instead, you turn up.
Yeah. You've got integrity. You've got the guns. And from our experience, taking on huge corpse or huge tyrannical despots doesn't exactly make you easily employed unless you work for yourself.
Indeed. Well, worst case, I can always just go work security at Metalstorm. That's always an option.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do door gigs in between. Yeah, it pays the bills when you need to.
Yeah, exactly. Though, I'm trying to figure out how to start this story besides the whole Techno-Destructo thing. Obviously you open with that, but do you go the burn notice angle and do a monologue? Do you just jump right into the evidence? So many different ways this can go.
Yeah, and to clarify too, the main thing we should go over, the way that the believability check works is, you roll, there's a percentage that people believe your story, that it's credible and they believe the shit you're saying, but it really comes down to the amount of evidence. If you have a piece of evidence, it increases your chances by 10%. If you have I think it's 4 other pieces of evidence, it increases another 2. And they do stack, so then that's 3. So why don't we get into that? Let's have, just like Drake said, I'm not sure how to start. It sounds exciting to start with Techno-Destructo. Let's have the team kind of discuss the different pieces of evidence, and I'll make note here if you guys want to make note as well. And let's just see if we can get up to enough to increase Drake's believability.
I think we do, and let me consult my notes here, because I've been taking furious notes this entire time.
Awesome.
So we have the original autopsies from Cryo. We have his original report.
These are good, but they're dry. I'd put them further down.
Yeah, somewhere maybe mid-story, I think is a good place to put them.
Yeah, but they're solid. What else you got in here?
We got the interviews with Sam Dietz and the interview with Tony Shelda about their spouses. We got their side of the story, kind of a humanizing piece. I think that probably needs to be near the beginning when we're talking about,
I would say so. By the time we get the autopsy reports, they're just bodies, but we got to find out who they were. People love a human element.
These are nice early, right? Because they lead to the sushi restaurant, right?
Yes,
They both lead to the sushi restaurant, and that's where we have the confession from the chef.
Correct. Yeah, we got him on camera saying it was a quote unquote prank. That's where we got the sample of the drug, which I have somewhere on me.
God, be careful with that. That itself. Did you have that analyzed?
I called in a guy after we dealt with the unpleasantness with Hades, and she'll be fine. Mr. Smith does a good job. She'll be fine. I called in a friend of mine, Bartholomew, and I'm hoping he'll be able to get back to me soon. But the drug...
you got the actual smoking gun right there. That's got to count for something.
Well, that's actually one of the things I'm worried that won't be believable if I just say that, someone was able to cook up a magical substance that induces cyberpsychosis. I feel like a lot of people might be like, well, why hasn't this been done before, if you see where I'm going with that?
I mean, everything's got to start somewhere first, right? And you got to have enough people with cyberware to induce it.
True. Well, the good news is we also got, what was her name? Cassidy, I think was her name.
Yeah,
the tech.
Cassidy, the tech.
Yeah, we got her on vid, and her deeming it liquid psycho.
Yeah, she had that liquid psycho stuff that she created, and she also incriminated the fixer, just like when Bud mentioned the restaurant, and I know you're going to get in that moment, but the tattoo and stuff. So that's a great piece of evidence, is her kind of video confession.
Yeah, and let me see. Yeah, it was Billy the Kid was the one with the Cityscape tattoo that got the drug, which then gave it to the chef at Samurai Sushi. And then, obviously, we have the entire fight sequence with Billy the Kid, his cousins, and then Techno Destructo. I guess I could also throw in the threat Techno Destructo threw at us earlier, too. That might help.
Yeah, I mean, people see that you're a serious media, you're putting your own life on the line. Don't forget that you're part of this story just as much as any of the other people involved in it, right? People want to see a media with a name. They want to see your story out there.
I didn't even think about that. Is Drake willing to be part of the evidence? The fact that, like, hey, I looked into this, my commander told me stop looking around, fired me. I feel like there was hits on my life. Because that Alley Cats brings up a good point. I think you should. Put you right in it.
It's a great personal story. It's you up against the Goliath, right? And not only that, you got personal stakes. You lost your job. You risked everything to find out.
They shot at us several times.
Very true. Well, it's also one of those things where it's one of those things where I think you guys are onto something, because generally once you get into MaxTac at my level, once you're this borged out, you don't just quit the force. It doesn't happen. You're put somewhere they can use you. So to be fired, as you said, it's the smoking gun.
Yeah. It shows that they're nervous.
And you mentioned Billy the Kid. Let's not forget that to me, that's one of the biggest pieces of evidence, is your video confession of him before Techno Destructo jumped down and popped his head with the huge wrench. But
we didn't kill him, thank goodness.
Yeah, you kept him alive. You killed the henchman and took care of that. But you intimidated him. I think Drake bent like part of the car. Bud messed him up a little bit, and but you have him on video, basically talking about how the commander paid big bucks, funded him big money to pay the different assistants at these different corporations, particular execs that he was told to go and target. The assistants paid him big money to get them to go take him out to that restaurant, that particular restaurant, all of them at that one restaurant. And then he went and paid big money to the chef, who you got video confession of the chef saying easy money from that Billy the Kid, the same tattoo is mentioned and stuff, to basically spike the food of that. So that's great. Yeah. So you have that as well.
Yeah, he fingers Barrett with no prompting. That's
Yeah.
No, he was scared. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I would say that we don't really have, but I don't know, is that necessary? Do we have a motive for this?
No, and that's going to be a sticking point no matter what we do. Is I can speculate to a motive, like maybe Barrett sold out and was doing it for the money, but I
Yeah.
don't have the why. I have the how and the what. I don't have the why.
To be fair,
if we
you're not a
put on the
lawyer.
assistants, I bet they know why.
But you're not a lawyer. You don't need why. We're telling a compelling story of a corporation messing about with people, leaving a trail of bodies in their wake. And I think if you get the people, reading in to ask themselves why, it's going to be more compelling, right?
One of those things where you let the reader draw their own conclusions. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, if
they're our
Stories
smoke-
MaxTac
Sorry.
is sold out, is doing cleanup work for corpse for money, the corps are always taking people out for one reason or another. It's the story is MaxTac is doing their dirty laundry for them.
Mm-hmm. And it helps media's reminding us that there's people attached to these. They're not just gonks. They have people who love them, and gotta remind ourselves of that sometimes.
I hate it when you humanize corpos.
I know, but like I said, it makes a story. We're trying to manipulate people here. Remember, we're
I
pulling
know,
on
and you
their
have
emotions.
you have fans who are corpos, and they're big
They're big
donors. I get
players.
it. Yeah.
Well,
You don't have to like them.
yeah. It sounds
I
like.
guess that-
Yeah, go ahead, Drake.
Oh, you go ahead, Rob.
No, I was going to say, it sounds like, we have enough evidence, more than enough, to get at least that first piece to get it 1 point higher, and then more than 4 other distinct verifiable pieces of hard evidence, because you got video confessions, and then some, and that's of
Yeah.
the individual pieces. So that's 3 points higher than the normal. So you have a 3 out of 10 chance here. And then you got 3 points higher. Because you're rank 4 media, right?
No, I'm ranked 6, so I think
Okay.
it's a total of 7 out of 10 believability.
Yeah, so it'd be 4 plus the other 3. So yeah, 7.
So how do you want me to handle that? Do you want me to roll a d10 and go over or under?
It'd be under is what you're trying to do, because the more that you raise up the believability, the higher number, the more chances that it's believable. So.
All right, time to put it all together, I guess.
Yeah, and unfortunately can't use luck on it. So yeah, I'll let you guys take it from here.
All right, do I feel lucky? Well, even if I fail this, interesting developments all the same. So here we go, roll 20. Let's see what happens. That's a 4.
mean-
That's under a 7.
Nice.
So you see Drake again manipulating the holographic data. She starts pulling off the holographic tacks and realigning parts of the story together. And then when she finishes, it glows bright green. The hologram dissipates, and she takes off her shades and goes, "All right, well, story's written and fired off to all relevant parties. So I think we're good."
Oh, hang on. Let me
Just
share it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me get you guys
I'll-
looking.
I got like 10 followers on my garden page, so that should help quite a lot.
And when Bud gets
I'll give it a share.
Allie, I think that'd be a good idea. Allie with the actual fan
Much more
base.
substantial.
Yeah, Allie with like 1 million followers versus Bud's 10. But yeah. Regardless, the one thing that you notice, by the time Drake gives you the link, you go in there to give it a share. It already has thousands and thousands of shares, and as you're looking, you see it just clicking and clicking and clicking. Drake's getting message after message into her work email and private agent info. However, she gets information outside of MaxTac, we'll say, from all kinds of distribution sources, news outlets wanting follow-up interviews and information, as well as advertisers. You see about 6K come into your agent, Drake, from numerous different brands, none of which have been exposed into this ordeal, which let me get into that. The story comes out and basically exposes this fixer that was hired by Commander Barrett to take out these execs. He was paying the fixer big money to go and pay off these assistants, even if they were loyal. The payoff was big enough to get them to take them to dinner, to kind of set them up, not even knowing, not asking questions. And then paying the chef big enough to spike that with that liquid metal, that nano sort of liquid cyber psycho substance created by that tech, who was also paid big bucks. Everyone was overpaid. And when this story came out, some more things came out because people instantly started digging, hence them wanting to do follow-up stories and interviews with you, Drake. It all came out that different corporations and different execs at these corporations were investing into Commander Barrett, who was basically selling out MaxTac. MaxTac, the actual force, didn't have a lot of knowledge on what was going on. They were in the dark, and a lot of them kind of came out now in follow-up comments and things that you're seeing online. I mean, it's spreading fast. But Commander Barrett basically sold it out for big money from different corporations, saying, I can take out your competition, I can take out the higher up that maybe is getting your promotion, that certain spot that you want, and people were buying into it. It's their future. It's their way to elbow a spot into a different corporation, into a different position, to kind of bypass all the time having to be put in to get the promotion, so to speak. Also, it revealed that a couple corporations themselves invested in this tactic, in a couple higher up execs beyond the 3 that you exposed. It kind of was happening a couple months prior that wasn't noticed until the later cases, but some of these corporations were also investing in it so they wouldn't have to pay into pensions and all kinds of stuff, just doing cover-ups and also putting blames on the deceased, saying, oh yeah, they were cyber psycho, look, it reveals that they were actually doing this too. But now it's kind of unfolded, thanks to your story, that the corporations were involved with that, and it was all just a big cover-up. So everyone was using this MaxTac in a corrupt way just for their own benefit. And the corporations that were tied into it were Savoil, Zarafa, and Petrochem, in your story to be exact, as well as a couple other, like I said, smaller ones came out that invested in their own. But luckily for you, because the believability was good, these bad guys got taken out. They're doing time. Commander Barrett was instantly let go from the force. The people that were involved with it, which like his assistant and some of his higher ups that were also aware of it and getting paid off, they were all let go. They're all now doing time. So they're locked up. They're dealing with that. You see all the court dates coming, and I'm kind of streamlining a little bit here for the sake of the stream and to give us kind of a cap on this session. But yeah, aside from that, the people at the corporations also that were involved are now doing time and locked up. And because you had the believability check, there was one or two things that was going to happen. No matter what, when you put out this story, it was going to open up like this, and you were going to kind of learn that, okay, the corporations are paying off the commander and he's using it to do all this stuff. But luckily you had a good believability check, because now everybody involved is getting locked up and being held responsible. If it wasn't for your believability check, maybe it would have come out, nobody would have believed it, and now these corporations, all of them, including Commander Barrett, would now be aware of Drake, Alley Cat's, Bud, and the team kind of being involved in trying to do this. And it could have been some serious repercussions if you think of all these different corporations, including MaxTac, involved. So this was a great, lucky Drake did a good believability check. But I'll let the role playing go back to you as the story is kind of unfolding, and it's just happening so fast, like I described.
Yeah, so I'd like to imagine, like, I'm at least halfway into my chocolate waffles, and I'm like, oh, Lord, look at that. Barrett's already off the force. Excuse me. Barrett's already off the force? Wow, okay, this, I mean, I knew this would be big news, but this big. This has
got legs. My phone
I'm getting
is
some people
going
asking
up,
me if I'm open for contracts as well. They saw that a few of those slow-mo shots of me put in there.
Well, I made sure to use what was it for Alley Cats, the rocker of your dreams, and the butt of your the solo of your nightmares, and I have Hades in there too. So but aside from the extra work this might bring in real quick, I need to pay you guys because you obviously helped me. So let me see, I got about 6K. Nah, I think you guys deserve the lion's share here. So Let me see. I'm trying to do a nice even number. If I give you guys 4.5k total, you can split it 3 ways between yourselves and Hades. That's 1.5k for each of you.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue, but yeah. I mean, don't forget this is largely your work.
Well, if I was doing it for the money, I wouldn't have gotten this far. It was about finding the truth and making sure that the right people paid and justice was brought. But I mean, no, if anything, obviously I don't have my internal agent beeping because that's just rude. Why would you do that at dinner? But let's just say I have a plethora of new contacts that I can call upon, which is honestly more valuable than the Eddies.
Yeah, I mean, can't argue with that. But it's been a pleasure working with you, Drake. I hope you go on to do some amazing things, and I don't want you to be a stranger.
Oh, I was going to say the exact same thing, where obviously I can't just randomly show up and, if you throw a radio beacon and ask me to come save your butts, but if you ever need somebody choked out again, just give me a heads up. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a part of the job. Those kind of things come up every now and again.
Yeah, and,
oh, you go ahead, Rob.
I was gonna say at this moment, Alley Cat, your agent is going off, and you're actually getting a call from Dr. Smith.
Oh, that's
who's giving
that's
therapy.
Hades' psych, right?
He's the med
Yeah.
tech who Drake knows through his MaxTac hookups. That's giving the therapy to Hades, trying to save her.
Yeah. I gotta take this. Sorry.
And in the
Oh
meantime,
no, go for it.
while Allie is on the phone, Drake and Bud give me a perception check while you guys are just chatting, and Allie takes the call. Allie, this is Dr. Smith. Is now a good time to chat?
Yeah, absolutely. What's happening?
Well, I'm just gonna get right to it. Things did take a bad turn, but I'm handling it. I had Hades in full brain dance, but she wasn't responding properly. Her body was just falling into a bad response to the neurological damage. I had to induce a coma. I'm going to put her into heavy therapy, putting her back in the brain dance. I'm doubling the time in brain dance, but it was necessary to induce a coma so I could stop her body's reaction to the neurological damage. She wouldn't have made it otherwise. But I wanted to tell you that I'm handling it. There is a chance that she won't make it, and I thought you should know that before I induced the coma, she had a moment of clarity. And in that moment, she asked me, she just said, tell the team I miss them, tell Alley Cats I love her. I had to put her under. I'll keep you posted as things progress.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Smith. Is there anything she needs before she goes under again? Like she has like a stuffed rabbit, or anything like that. Anything I can drop off?
That could be handy when she comes out. I'll keep you posted. It could be anywhere from a few days to a week. It really depends on how she reacts to this, but I'm giving it my all. And if you're still with Drake, tell him I said hi. He can vouch for my tactics. If anybody can get her out of this, I'm your man. So.
Yeah. No, I thank you, Dr. Smith. Please keep me posted. Every step of the way. I want to be there.
I will. Best to you and your team.
Thank you.
Yeah, he hangs up.
You okay there?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Hades, they had to induce a coma for heavy brain dance. It's gonna be a lot more work, and there is a serious risk.
She'll make it. She's a tough cookie.
I just I don't know what I'd do if I lost her. God, isn't that
Don't worry
stupid?
about it. You ain't gonna.
Yeah.
She'll pull
No,
through.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, bud. And
worries.
Dr. Smith says he passes his regards and wants to say hello, Drake, and again, just you've been a superstar, and if we didn't get her to him in time, God, I don't know what would have happened.
Well, as I said, Dr. Smith is one of the best, and he's been working for MaxTac for well over 30 years at this point. So if anybody can do it, it's Dr. Smith.
Yeah.
What was
How heavy was your therapy with him? Did he have to do a similar thing?
And Drake kind of actually, grins that and leans over as she finishes her chocolate waffle and says, well, believe it or not, for me it was a harrowing ordeal. Believe it or not, before the whole Borg thing, I was actually a gentleman rather than a woman. I actually opted for the female body because, let's just say, there's more things to hide or more ways to hide things. But no, I mean, it was just one of those things where, was I in a coma? I forget how long I was in the coma for, but it was very similar to what Hades is going through, where just that sort of change in mindset, the change in, is your body real? Is this you? Do you lose your soul? That whole like ship of Theseus thing where it's like, what do I do at this point? But no, I mean, to put it one way, there's a reason why when you are in MaxTac, and again, why the whole story worked the way it did, you don't invest that much time and money into something and just let it go. So,
Yeah.
I wonder if there's she has this double identity when she runs nets, I wonder if the lines got a bit blurred.
it's possible. I mean, I've known a few netrunners in my day that I'm obviously you two don't seem addicted to elf lines, but the addicts of elf lines, you know how hardcore they go. So
Yeah. I mean, I wish I had the time for addiction. Just always grinding away.
What perception did Bud and Drake get, by the way?
I had a 14.
What did Bud get?
11.
Yeah, as you're talking, obviously Bud is probably getting a little more emotionally involved with the things Ali is saying about Hades, and more into that conversation. Drake trying to make him feel better, obviously vouching for Dr. Smith, talking about her own experience, but talking to them, you see over their shoulder Donna, just a couple tables down, going from the table previous to that table, heading in your direction, just 2 tables away. But she's at the table, she's looking down. She looks kind of nervous. It's hard for you to get a good read on it. But the thing that you're noticing with your perception there, Drake, is that there's a guy next to her. He has her kind of in a grapple, it looks like. He has his arm around her. It looks like he has some type of weapon up to her. It's hard to see from here. But you can clearly see he's got some synth coke around the nose. He's got some black lace marks around the mouth. But it looks like she's going to a table, and people are kind of like handing over wallets and agents and stuff. And they're about 2 tables away from the group. And this is where we'll take our 5-minute break.
Ooh.
So let's take our 5-minute bio break. Let the team kind of digest that. Let chat digest everything, and we'll be right back. Don't anybody go anywhere. I'm gonna leave the mics hot.
Mics.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to flip back over to the other overlay in order to get the break screen. So just bear with me, and we'll get that going. Thanks, chat. We'll be right back.
Did you like that noise?
Digest a lot.
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my.
Oh dear. Yeah, gonna have to digest more than those waffles, it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's just something funny about getting French toast and waffles to me. Essentially the same thing. Don't come for me in comments, guys. We all know it's some sort of bread product with some sort of delicious glaze and fruit or ice cream toppings. Like, come on.
It's all fake anyway. It's Cyberpunk.
I would say it's just kibble flavored differently. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I use the word flavor lightly.
You gotta shake the kibble bag to get even the smallest amount of seasoning. Oh gosh. Well, that's gonna be interesting. Is it like a hold up?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking it is. It's is it a Pulp Fiction where it's just kind of that guy and his girlfriend that are holding everybody up? Like,
Yeah, Honey Bunny and
Honey Bunny.
whatever the other.
yeah, I don't remember the other name.
Was Tim Roth Honey Bunny, or was it the woman? I can't remember.
Yeah, who calls who Honey Bunny? Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
and I can't remember the other, if there was another nickname. But I love that actress.
Pumpkin and
She
Honey
was
Bunny,
in- Yeah, she was in The Fisher King with Robin Williams. I don't know if anyone's seen that film. It's a Terry Gilliam. And it's freaking great. I love it so much. And she's like this kind of mousy woman that Robin Williams falls in love with. And they have like this really strange relationship. But I don't know. I want to see her in like a lot more stuff. I know she's like a character actress, but like there was just something nice about seeing her as kind of like a romantic, not lead, just kind of more of a side character. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I like her quality, and she's really good at furiously yelling for people to put their wallets in the bag.
Yeah. Now that I accidentally brought up Pulp Fiction, I think I know what Drake's gonna do. But it happens.
Have you got a wallet that says?
That says Bamf on it? Not quite, but I have something similar.
Oh yeah, I was like, I cannot say that word. We are.
I was gonna do the quote that she yells, but she swears like 8 times in it. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you know it's contemporary filmmaking.
oh, it's just Tarantino, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it time for
was-
Ezekiel 25:17? Maybe.
Down with furious.
I like the passage in the Bible where it's talking about horse semen. That's my favorite one.
I thought it was donkey. Was it horse or donkey? I don't remember.
I'm fairly sure. Look, who knows? Who knows in terms of like
Called scholars.
King. Well, but like we don't have a great one-to-one translation of anything in the Bible. So
Asking
yeah,
the
I don't know.
important
Donkey
theological
horse.
questions.
It's kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I really dig Songs of Solomon. That's just like some beautiful ass poetry there about how horny Solomon is for this lady.
I mean, that can be said of many, many, many stories. It's one of those things where even back then, sex sells. You throw it into a story because people love that sort of thing.
Hell yeah. For your love is better than wine. Why can't someone say that to me? Nothing's better than wine.
I mean, are we talking about Barossa Red here? Clare Valley Riesling?
Nothing's better than a South Australian wine. Am I right? Am I right, people? All right, I'm gonna actually use this bio break to go.
Okay, get out of here. Yeah, we have great wine in this region.
I've had I think it was it a Cabernet I had from Australia before? Maybe. Cabernet is red, right?
Yes, it's deep tanniny red.
Yeah. I just remember I had a good time with it.
Yeah, in Adelaide we're famous for our Shiraz, which is another spicy red.
Yeah, personally, I'm more of a white. I like the Cupcake Moscato, if you can find that in Australia. I don't know if you can, but Cupcake makes a lot of good brands, like a lot of good different white wines.
Like sweet Moscato.
Yeah.
Candy water.
Yup.
I'm more of a Dwight white wine.
White
So we have some
wine?
Nice Dwight white wine.
Ah, okay.
I'll just have a Dwight white wine, please. Yeah, we do some nice like tart kind of Rieslings and stuff here. Sauvignon and stuff. Yeah, Australia's got a great one.
Night City Nasty. Yeah, so small spoiler here, but initially I had based the character of Drake on Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell, which it's kind of up in the air whether the major is female at birth or if she is female after she gets borged. So I just sort of took that and ran with it. So.
Oh, we talking about Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fun.
I mean, you can't spell transhumanism without trans.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's once you start exploring relationships with the body, it's just like, yeah, this is what people have been saying for ages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's why I wish those stupid bodybuilders on TikTok would realize that they have similar problems. Like, body dysmorphia comes in all sorts of flavors.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, truly, you're not that different from, you know, having this idealized version of a body of how to present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between, like, whether it's boobs or, like, you know, you want this kind of six-pack or this kind of triangle waist or whatever.
Exactly,
I don't know that much about bodybuilding. I don't know if you can tell.
I mean, when you're like half machine, you're 3/4 machine. Like, hey, what does that start to mean? You know,
Yeah.
It's really comes down to like say just kind of an identity thing, and you can actually have a stronger handle on that identity than you might previously. You literally making a body from the ground up, right? So
yep.
It's also like fluid, you know. It's you realize it's not set in stone, and that with Ripidox and stuff around, a lot more of what you consider to be just a fixed state can actually be altered.
Right. And no, I mean, it was originally interesting when I was talking with Rob and creating Drake, and I was like, hey, Rob, you know, can we go full Borg on this? Like, I know there's no specific rules out for Cyberpunk Red, but we have them in 2020. And, you know, Rob was very gracious and let me have the full Borg from 2020. But all said and done, my humanity before therapy was like -20. So I definitely needed that therapy.
It would be,
just
it would be really...
like 'em.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it would be like heavy role play. But like, I don't know. I would love to see that kind of therapy session with a Borg of just like, how do you unpack that? How do you find a sense of confidence and security and knowing who you are, like, around all the kind of transhumanism and like dysmorphia that would come from being in a different body. Not that probably a lot of Borgs get to do that. I don't think the corporations that give them those bodies care too much about their mental state or if they're happy in the bodies.
Yeah, it's more of a, do you work long enough for me to point you in the right direction and fix problems for me kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Is your productivity generating me more profit than it costs to fix your mental state?
Yeah.
Oh, your productivity's dropped. Okay, you can go to therapy.
Ugh, too real. Too real.
Too real. Yeah, it's funny, you know, you got your character somewhat anime inspired. I always thought of Bud as being my little homage to Spike.
Yeah.
From Cowboy Bebop.
Yep. Just kind of, you know, aloof and cool and you know, slightly nihilistic, but still very protective of his family. You know, his family and friends.
Oh yeah.
I don't confess. I don't. You know, I don't make claim to being as cool as Spike, but I'm trying.
Hi.
You gotta start doing
back,
some
Rob.
karate, mate.
Oh, that looks ice cold. You better be drinking that when we come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got tea. I can.
I like ice cold
But I
water.
don't have any nibbles.
Water.
Water.
I like water. All right, cool. Let's get back to it. Hey, we're back. Everyone can see us and hear us. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Ellen.
Oh,
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
It's
I was
usually-
just taking.
So embarrassing. Usually
I was
it's
just eating this clementine rind and all. Whoops.
usually Rockette has my back. Every stream, someone's got to be in midst of eating or drinking when we come back, and today we doubled up on it. That was awesome. So yeah, let's dive back in. The team's at the cafe, just kind of going over what Hades is going through in the induced coma and hard therapy to try to get out of her situation. Bud and Allie are deep in that conversation as Drake kind of sees past them at what Donna is going through. Table to table, kind of robbing people and being held by this guy 2 tables away, heading in your direction. But I'll let you take it from there, Drake. You're the one who noticed it.
Yeah, so I kind of maybe nudge or kind of lightly kick Bud under the table, and I just motion with my head at Donna coming our way. And I say, looks like we got, or I should say Donna's in a little bit of trouble there. Got a guy with coked up, and
Oh, hell
looks
no.
like he's fleecing people. How do you want to handle it?
Oh.
I say we take this sucker out.
Oh, God, yeah.
Fracking with this.
So I'm just going to stand up, turn around, and, open the jacket to show the several guns and things in holsters and around the waist. Not today, buddy.
Nice. What's anybody
Yeah.
else doing as you see Bud standing up and doing that?
Oh yeah, I'll
I'm
take
recording.
out my
This is a new story.
heavy pistol. And maybe this cyber snake just kind of like flickers out.
Nice.
And what weapon does he have to her? Can I see now that I'm paying attention?
Oh yeah. Give me a perception check now with any of your points in it that you want. Another check now that you're getting a better look. Also, Bronx Math,
better. Yeah,
thanks.
switched
Thanks,
over
Bronx.
to threat detection.
Bronx just gave up a +2 to the
thanks.
team. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
22.
Yeah, it looks like he has some type of submachine gun. It looks like it's low quality. I mean, you can see from here that it's a low quality submachine gun held together by matched pieces. And you see the same thing Drake saw, some synth coke looking nostrils, some black stains around the mouth, like he's drugged out robbing the place. You can also see that Donna looks pretty terrified as this thing is pressed right up against her side and he's kind of grappling her, and she's just like that. And just as you notice all those details, she glances over, making eye contact with you, Bud, and she just looks terrified. Just as you stand up, say those things, and Allie kind of backs you up. Allie, give me your persuasion. I want to see if we have a bit of an assist here.
Yep. No worries. Is it just flat, or do I get any bonus for terrifying cyber snake?
No, just a straight persuasion. Bud's going to lead
Fair
this
enough.
one up. Yeah.
22.
Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely. Bud gets a +1 from that.
I'll add that.
Yeah, also the display will do another +1. So you have a +2 there. Do a little bit of a standoff.
Yeah.
Give me your cool +5 plus your 1d10.
So cool +5 plus 1d10.
Yeah.
Okay. What did that roll? 5 plus 7 plus 8. What is that?
What did you get?
5 was my roll. 8 for cool. And then I don't know where it's
Yeah,
taken the
so
7
20?
from, but that is like
Well, 7 is oh.
Is it your solo's points, or
Oh yeah, that's weird.
do you
What
have
did
like
you
a
say?
bonus in that or something?
you said it was like 5, right? So
Yeah,
it's just 2
5.
less
Because
than that.
standoff is usually
So
just your cool
18.
plus your rep plus a 1d10, right? So.
Oh yeah, face down. That's what I should have rolled. But
Yeah, I think there's a button for it. I should have said face down. I still.
that's even adding even more. It's
I was
8
gonna
plus
say, that's
5
even
or
more.
Oh, that's weird.
something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's glitching, or maybe we have it wrong. I'm not sure what just happened, but yeah, maybe just do it manually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's my 1d10 is a 9. My cool is 8. And I had 5. Pretty intimidating.
Yeah, you had me at the D10, but you sealed the deal with the rest. Plus, let's not forget Alley Cat's backing you up with that terrifying snake. But yeah, as you say that and just display your weapons, and Allie's standing up behind you, and a slight glimpse of a Borg sitting at a booth, just eating her food, but with you. Drake sitting behind you, just like, I'm here too. Yeah, this guy is holding on to Don, and he looks at you, and he's just instantly looks terrified, and he kind of backs up, still holding on to Donna with the gun, and looking at you, and he, stay out of this, stay out of this, just stay out of this, and he just looks terrified. I'll finish her off. Just stay out of this.
You won't live long enough afterwards.
Okay.
If you let her go, you can walk out.
Yeah, give me a persuasion, Allie.
Cool.
Yeah, you can tell, and Bud, you can tell he's terrified. He's obviously scared of you. It's going to affect any actions that he has towards you. You can tell he doesn't want anything to do with you, but he seems to be driven by these drugs. Possibly, he's still holding his ground. You know. But what did Allie get there?
I got a 12?
Yeah. Now you say that, and
failure.
He almost seems to look right through you. Like he's having a hard time focus. You can tell he's pretty drugged out. He's messed up. Looking.
I'm gonna just. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say looking back towards Bud, who obviously was showing off the weapons. Just stay out of this. What is Drake doing? You see all this going down.
Recording, of course, because it is a news story that, hey, this is content. People want to know Drake now that she's a published kind of media kind of a thing. But I think I kind of rise to my full height, 7 feet something, and I'm like looming behind Bud here. But maybe it's one of those situations where I haven't said anything. But very, very carefully, I show the druggy guy, I show him a knife. We'll say it's a metal knife, and then with 2 fingers, I just bend it like it's a paper clip.
Nice. Yeah, you do that. You see, he looks terrified. Give me a persuasion with that.
Sure. And of course, as is tradition, I'm going to roll poorly on this, but you never
don't
know.
forget there's some plus
you do have
twos.
A +2.
Yeah, there's a +2 if you want it.
Nope, didn't need it that time. I actually got a 22.
Yeah.
We're good.
Nice. Yeah, he looks at you. Yeah, he looks towards you, and he just looks kind of terrified. And in that moment of just kind of freezing up, Donna kind of even like leans in. You see a moment of her almost looking less terrified, like she feels a little more comfortable, even though the gun's still up against her. But she leans in and says, "Honey, I think you're robbing the wrong place and the wrong girl." But the guy just looks terrified. He's still holding his ground, but now you notice like he's kind of shaking his gun. He's just stay out of this. Everyone, put your ages, put your money on the table. Just back up. Just stay out of this. Everyone, stay out of this. And you can tell he's having a hard time focusing.
I can disarm him.
What was that?
I can do an aimed strike and disarm him.
Do
nice.
it.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want me to out initiative him first?
No. Go ahead. I'm just streamlining this a little bit cinematic here. I'm just kind of already going in this order.
Nice.
I'll take a +2, and I'm rather fond of Donna, so I'm going to spend all 5 points of luck.
Nice.
What'd you get?
Oh, you rolled a 1?
I showed it after he said using the luck. Crit failed.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, if you remember previous session, this was the dice that I put on. I was putting in jail that Ellen said maybe just rehabilitation. I took him back out, and look how he does me. Look how he does me, Ellen.
Okay, hang on. That's not that we shouldn't treat all dice as the same, because that's against the Geneva Convention.
Aimed shot. There it is.
Let me get my deduction here.
Yeah, and I'll make it a martial arts strike because it's fun.
Yeah, nice. Finally, we get to use some. Is it judo that you have, or?
Karate.
You have karate. Very good.
Yeah, break bones and smash armor. Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, that is a 19.
Yeah, you beat him by a landslide. If you want to describe how you do this and make Bud, look like the badass that he is, and put this guy in his place. And don't forget Donna. Feel free to throw Donna's reaction or what you do with her during the process, because she's absolutely wrapped up in this guy with the gun right up against him. But you nailed this. Yeah.
So Bud has speedwear, which kicks in as soon as he's ready to move. So before the people watching have even really registered, he is basically between Donna and this punk. He's in between, he's separating them. He has a hand wrapped around the arm, and as he wrenches upwards and inverts the bone, inverts the elbow, there's this that everybody in the cafe just winces at as the SMG goes clattering to the ground. He gives him a little shove so he falls on his ass, cradling his arm, and then with the other hand he steps forward and takes Donna, into a supportive embrace. Hey, you okay? You okay there?
Oh my God, my hero! And everybody just kind of stands up in the cafe and just like. They just start.
It's okay. It's
And
okay.
everybody clapped.
Shout out to Syrinscape. Great timing there. But everybody cheers and claps. And once again, you can, thanks to not just the cafe who was there to know it, but Drake filming this, just like helping Drake break that story. This is just, it's adding to your rep in a way that you can feel it's that public view, right? Which has kind of had a weird thing because of the Citadel incident. And if you know anything about my GMing and using multiple reps and stuff, that's where that one kind of falls. And this is absolutely making your team look great between Jake's believability report that just came out and now Bud saving the diner in the mix of a robbery. Amazing work. But yeah, the guy just kind of snaps his arm, machine gun drops down as he just kind of goes running out. Are you letting him run away, or do you plan to hold him for authorities? What was your plan with him?
Oh, I was
I'm
just gonna
let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He scurries off running. As he runs, Donna just kind of steps up and like kicks him in the butt as he kind of just scurries off out of the cafe. Yeah, don't come back either. Thanks. Oh my God, my hero.
Look at this piece of scab. I'll take his SMG and just like take it apart, basically. Toss the pieces on the table.
I feel like it would be pretty hypocritical after what we've been through of, seeing people flip out under the stresses of this world to, put this guy in the ground.
Yeah, to be honest, he didn't smell so great. He didn't look too great. He had all the drug signs. Like, I think he was pretty much up on hard times. But, I'm just glad to be alive.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse holding a beautiful girl like you hostage.
Oh, thank you. As usual, food's on me. And she kind of walks off. I'm going to go clean up a little bit.
I mean, who says this job doesn't pay, right? We probably never have to pay here as long as we live.
Well, yeah, it just means
Saving
we're
a
always
fortune in
working.
diner food. Yeah.
So as we sit back down, I kind of look over at Bud and I say, "So, random question out of nowhere. Does Donna have your number? Does she have your agent number already?"
Yeah, we've been on a couple of dates.
Because
Still
not gonna lie,
following the
yeah.
orders, right?
It took a little bit of convincing by a few colleagues of mine, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a romantic type, although you wouldn't believe that from how people talk about me these days. But yeah, a little companionship. I'm starting to open up to it a little bit.
Because full disclosure, had you not given her your number yet, I was going to do that on your behalf.
No, she
right.
pestered me long enough about that. Yeah.
I thought Drake was gonna sweep in with her number, because if you're not,
You know, I'll be in there.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit nervous because, you know, I'm just the whole sex thing's not really for me. But you know, it turns out she's a sweet girl, and she's happy to just hang out, catch a vid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have that, right? It's not.
Well, you know,
it's not the be all end all of living.
Yeah, that's
Almost.
right.
Yeah. Some
it's,
people would disagree, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't, you know, hold anyone's hobbies against them. You know, everybody's got to be into something.
Yeah. Or I mean, it's kind of the backbone of my profession, but
Yeah.
doesn't mean I always like it.
Speaking of your profession, what was that old lady's name from the Ville? What was her name? The old lady fan. Do we remember her name? Because out of character, I forgot to write it down.
Oh God. What episode was that?
I think it was like 2 or 3. I don't remember her name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't remember her
Her
name.
dreams, reliving her youth through your brain dances.
I want to go for an old lady name like Doris or something, but I don't.
You know
think
what?
that...
Doris is fine. Let's call her Doris for now.
Yeah, go with that.
I want to
anyone
say,
remembers.
Alley Katz, I gave Doris that poster you signed, and she's been talking nonstop about wanting to get a few minutes on the phone with the great Alley Katz. So obviously I haven't given out your agent because that would be a weird situation, but you've got fans.
She can go through my garden. I'll see if I can set up a notification or something to figure out. I mean, her username is probably her name. Let's be real.
She's old enough that yeah.
Plus, it's it's messed up. People don't stop craving some sort of connection, despite time or circumstance. So, yeah.
I believe the expression is "love is blind." I believe it is.
Sure.
Age
It's
is
also-
just a number.
It's also
that's another good one.
expensive, depending on my rates.
Yeah, I mean, you've been hot property since you did that chocolate gig, right?
Yeah,
Bomb.
I mean, it was a great boost for me, and obviously, their sales have been doing pretty well. I keep in touch with, oh my gosh, can I remember?
Simon and Yvonne
I dipped
at
in-
Bonbons.
Yvonne, that's right.
Yvonne. Yeah,
I dipped into a bit of the dance when you were dancing.
Yeah.
That's true.
That being on stage, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was helpful having you there as security as well,
I never get
It's-
used to seeing myself in someone else's memories.
Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so wild.
It's tricky. Thankfully I don't do all of my own editing anymore. That when I was starting out, that's all it was. And yeah, speaking about needing therapy, because you just totally dissociate from your own body, being in your own memories, watching yourself gets
And
messy.
editing your own emotions, yeah, that
And
would
editing
be
your own
wild.
emotions. But to be fair, you got to do that a lot anyway, living in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, who got the waffles?
Yeah, when did this new plate of waffles show up? I don't even.
Just
Donna wasn't
talking
even
about,
over
like-
here. Where did this?
Yeah. Just totally talking about disassociation and like the grind of
Instant coffee, yeah. It's nice sitting, baby.
Bad case of the Mondays.
Yeah, no.
Far out.
Yeah, earlier.
So what?
Beneath your perception checks, the little bot came through and served food that you guys were able to eat, and everyone's been enjoying that. Finishing up food and kind of handling the protection of the cafe, engaging in a little small talk. But Drake, your agent goes off. It's a message from the AI, and it just basically says, "Great job on the media release. The job is done. You can part ways."
So I relay that to everyone else, and I say, Well, I mean, at this point, our job is together is done. But as I said, I'll leave you my personal number, and I'll leave you my garden page. And if you need me for anything, give me like an hour heads up, and I'll try to see what I can do.
Sure. Absolutely. And I hope you know it doesn't just extend to work. Let us know if you want to just hang out sometime.
Yeah. I kind of want to meet this Arasaka guy that supposedly you guys know. That seems like a cool gentleman.
Oh yeah, he's the guy to go to if you need things in a rush.
And as Drake starts to stand up, she actually stops and pulls out the hurricane, not pointing at anyone, but kind of puts it on the table.
Jesus.
Do you guys want this as a souvenir, or because honestly, I don't really do the whole shotgun thing, but
I mean,
I don't know if I can pick that up.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you have to have like a body over a 10?
A body of
Yeah, you
11
do.
or higher.
11. Yeah. I mean, my
It's
body's pretty high, but
it's-
even then.
It's like a vehicle-mounted auto
Yeah, yeah.
shotgun, basically.
The table is slightly collapsing under the weight.
bending,
Yeah.
You know what? I think you can take that one. You're gonna be able to make the most of it, and also I don't think I can lift it off this table.
Fair enough.
If you get short, you can always fence it, right?
Well, I think I'll just keep it as a souvenir on my wall, though. I'm gonna have to find some nice studs to nail it into the wall with. Oh, one last thing. What do you guys want to do with Techno Destructo's arm? I was gonna send it to Hades once she was all done and better. That way she had a trophy, but
I think she'd like that. Yeah.
I think she would.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at that point
so
that
sentimental.
that you're discussing the arm, and Drake's just about to part ways that Bud, your agent, goes off, and it's a call from Rush.
Oh. Rush, baby.
Slick. How you doing? How's Lady DeVille? How's Kitten?
DeVille's taking a bit of a turn. The cyber psychosis is caught up with us. We really should have seen the signs. It happened so fast, but we got her in with a good med tech. He's pretty confident he can pull her out, but it's gonna be a while.
Wow, that's I wasn't expecting to hear that. That's okay. Well, I guess we'll deal with that when we can. For now, I guess finish up your meal and then step outside. Got a little surprise for you, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.
All right. It's one thing
has
after
to be
another.
Rush.
Yeah, it's Rush. He was sorry to he hadn't heard about Hades, but looks like he's got a surprise for us.
I mean, yeah, gotta see what Rush is up to. He's always he's always got his finger on the pulse.
I was hoping for a couple of days, do some maintenance on my guns, get my car towed out of the desert. Log in. I haven't logged in for like a week.
Oh yeah.
Offlines. Yeah.
Gotta see
and your
who's.
dailies are gonna be all out of sync.
I know, right? All right, finish up. He says something.
I just don't understand why they don't. The version, the portable version, is just not as high res. Sucks.
Yeah, and
It's not
unlocks
worth
on
playing
the
without a full
portable
set.
don't all carry over to the main version.
No, that's
You
the only
get
reason I
everything
got
twice.
it. I haven't even played it. I might as well just sell it. Ridiculous. Anyway, we got to stop talking about elf lives and get on with our jobs.
He said he had a surprise waiting for us outside, so we better finish up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't get much rest, but at least we got a good feed out of it.
And we got paid. Thanks,
Yeah,
Drake.
and we got paid.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Well, let's head out. Let's see what other shenanigans we're gonna get into this time.
We're heading out, Donner. I'll call you, okay?
She just kind of pokes out the back. Oh, yeah, hit me up. Thanks so much. Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you, Drake.
Nice to meet you as well, Donna. Take care.
Yeah, it's me, Donna. She goes back into the kitchen.
She says that a lot.
Yeah.
I get that sense, yeah.
Hey, if you ever get, I'd be meaning to ask you, if you ever get close to figuring out what the deal with this AI is, let me know. That thing creeps me out.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's really
You
weird.
think there's a deal with it?
Where is it housed? What does it want? Like,
I think it just wants to take away the workload from the servers.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's that deep.
I don't know. I think you're onto something. Some grand elf-line conspiracy. I think you're onto something here.
I think Allie's talking about a different AI than Bud.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I thought you meant the AI from the
That
diner.
does the menu.
I'm like, I mean, it could be Rob doing a real long game.
Controls all the diners.
Yeah, my bad. Disregard that.
That's funny.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna finish my coffee. Throw down my napkin. Nod to the other diners. Yeah, no problem. No, anytime. You know, it's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, as you get up, same thing. You stand up, you just say, it's Bud, and you mention it, and just, everybody stops eating, and they start clapping and cheering once again for Bud.
It's okay. Yeah. Here's my card. You need anyone shot? Just let me know.
Some people take the card. They're into it. But yeah, you're able to part ways with Drake and kind of step out and say your goodbyes. But as you step out of the diner out front, and as you're getting ready to say your goodbyes to Drake, you notice that there's a row of 3 AVs, all tricked out, blacked out, the same AVs that you saw that picked up Rush from that ghost town before. And the second that you step out, the middle AV kind of lifts up and opens. You see a couple guys step out, and they're clearly, you don't even have to do a perception or anything. You can clearly see that sort of Arasaka logo on their uniform. And they just kind of gesture towards you into the car.
Here we go again.
All right, let's do it, shall we?
Ladies first. See when we get back, Drake.
Take care and have fun with your new friends.
Friends might be an overstatement.
Yeah, and as you step in, and Drake says that the 2 sort of exec Arasaka-looking guys with the logos on their uniforms just look over towards Drake and just nod. And Alley Cat's Bud, as you enter this AV, you sit into it. The 2 guys close the door, get back into the front. You notice in the back with you is sitting some type of Arasaka operative. He looks like, some type of assassin warrior. He has the face plate on. You can see the A logo embedded into it. You can see some katanas on his back. He's just silent, just sitting there, and he just nods at you as you both enter and sit down.
Hi, Bud.
Allie.
He just nods as all 3 AVs set up off of the road, taking off, the wind kicking engines, roaring into Drake as you see Drake standing out front of the diner, and you fly off away from Night City. And it looks like you're heading off into the direction of the ocean. You're heading off away from land, off of Night City, off of the coast, just off into the direction into the big open ocean. As you see Drake get smaller and smaller and the cafe disappear in Night City in the distance. And this is where we'll end our session.
Woo.
Very nice.
We're out of here.
You are out of here. Yeah, thanks so much.
Car takes off just like at the end of Grease.
Yeah, off into the sunset. Yeah, just like in Grease, too.
I just saw the lube up.
I love
If
it.
you can end one of these seasons
It's not
with a
even-
musical number, that
and
would
it-
be.
And it's not even an AV, it's a regular card, just like in Greece, and it's just flying now for no
Yes.
reason. Makes no sense.
We don't know.
But no, hey, thanks to chat for hanging out, rewarding the +2s, being part of the story. Love that. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much to the players. I know that we've, Brandon had to handle some family things. Rockette had to miss a session, then back. Then she had to do some traveling and do things. So it's, we've been kind of juggling this campaign, but I feel like, man, we held it together. It all came together. We had to kind of streamline last session. This one, some cinematic moments, but I feel it came together. The contributions that the player, all of you had as players in character were amazing. What a great believability check, which kind of tied everything together in a way where you got rewarded, not hit with repercussions from all these corporations and things that could have been real bad. Not that some of that might not still surface, even when you do good, sometimes things can still have repercussions, but you ended up on the positive side of all that thanks to Drake. But yeah, I'm just happy with the way it all came together, and what a great job role-playing today in the cafe, especially being, like I said, down players, just you three. Amazing job, so thank you so much.
Thank you for hosting as usual.
Thanks for another interesting campaign.
Yeah, big shout out to ELH for joining
Thank
us.
you. It was very fun to be playing with you
so
guys.
much.
It's been so cool.
Yeah, everybody.
Feelings mutual. Awesome character. Great roleplay.
Yeah, definitely awesome character coming in, being able to do the Borg thing, bringing some NPCs to the table in different sessions, just coming up with stuff. Great job. Thanks so much, jumping into the campaigns and kind of helping us continue it, but then not just jumping in and doing that, but actually contributing ideas, just being a great character in it. Great job role playing and all that good stuff. So thank you so much. And I look forward to doing more together. We did the GM round table and some stuff, so it'd be cool to do some things in the future as well. Everybody in chat, make sure you show ELH some support. You'll see links there in the chat as we go through, and that being said, show all of us some support. All of us have brands and content. We're constantly streaming live or putting out VODs or podcast stuff, like just all kinds of content. And it really means a lot when you give us a like, a share, a follow, a subscribe. So make sure you look us all up, check all that out. But before you do that, start with Syrinscape. Make sure you follow and subscribe to Syrinscape right here on Twitch, also on YouTube. If you're listening to the VOD on YouTube, make sure you subscribe there and take the time to go over to Twitch and follow there. You know what I mean. Show Syrinscape some love. Also, sign up and check it out. It's free. What was that, Phil?
Yes, free. Check it out. There's so much good stuff. You can also do cool cheers and stuff for when your players do cool stuff. It made my experience better.
And it's heaps more cool than when you just go, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's so much fun. I love it.
Syrinscape.
I love
Saving
it.
my butt a few times.
Hell yeah. But no, like I said, thanks again for everybody being here. Thanks to chat. And we'll be here same place, same time next Thursday. And we'll continue on where we left off. It will be a new campaign. We're starting season 8. We'll see what that one's called, what happens. But like we've been doing, this is an open world that just continues on. So it's going to continue on right where we left off with the team flying off into the distance in these AVs with Arasaka. So thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Take care.
As you know.